first question is about the tour of the garden for Matt or Mike. And this is from Mrs. Howard's second grade class at Armstrong Elementary in Sachets, Texas. What would be some good plants for our school garden to attract pollinators? Who wants to answer that one?
I'll take it. And actually, I'm going to take it with Chris, because Chris has our notes.
Yeah, that's
Asters are always good. Rudbeckias, echinacea plants, which are, what's the common name for some echinaceas, Chris?
Purple coneflower. Yep, and Rudbeckia is also called orange coneflower sometime. And distinction that you might want to think about when you're planting your garden is to decide if you want to plant native plants or not, because that might be a great idea to plant natives to attract native honeybees and native pollinators. So you want to make that distinction. And another thing is you want to have a wide diversity of plants that are flowering at different times of the season.
Another thing I would suggest is going to the USDA's plants website. You can go to that website and type in your area and what kind of plant you're looking for, and it'll give you a list of plants that are native to your area, and it's very clear. There's a map on the site that'll come up with the plant and show you exactly what states that plant grows in.
Thank y'all very much for those great answers. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, and this next one is for Woodsy Owl. There's Woodsy. All right, this is from Susie Sullivan's third grade class at Christ the King School in Chicago. Well, we live in Chicago and our neighborhood has many trees over 100 years old. What composting material would be the best for the soil in order to continue to preserve them? Compost time.
Well, Woodsy, what do you think about that? I think that any composting material that you can get your hands on would be great. Making your own compost, as we discussed before, is relatively easy, and we would suggest you to do that first. You could purchase mushroom compost, and you can actually purchase compost tea as well. All would be helpful.
Another thing that I would recommend is if those trees are surrounded by hardscape, if there's asphalt around those trees, if there's any kind of concrete surrounding those trees, to remove as much of that as possible. One of the most important things, trees get air from their roots as well as soil, water, and nutrients. So if you can remove that kind of hardscape or break it up, that's going to contribute a lot to the health of those older trees as well as getting compost into the soil.
Thank you, thank you. Our next question is from Laura Quist's Hope Homeschool, students in Michigan. Where can we find simple native bee handouts that we can distribute to our community? How about you?
Well, a quick Google search will probably work out okay. But again, there's some real basic things. Again, stick with native plants if you can. There's some plans besides what we showed you as far as building some little bamboo bundles that you could use. Also, a nice little combination, like a compromise a lot of bees will use, is if you do drill into wood and you make those kinds of nests, 5/8 of an inch is about a good compromise size. A lot of different species use that, and that's a good one to use. But again, check out your local native plant societies. They have usually good planting lists. We have already mentioned that there's good resources already available as well. And again, think locally, and those are probably the best things you can do to help out your local pollinators as well. All different kinds.
Thank you, Alonso. Thank you. All right, our next question comes from Carolyn Taylor at the homeschool in Stafford, Virginia. My sister and I would love to start a flower garden open to pollinators, but we have a problem with deer and squirrel. Are there any flowers or plants that seem to make these animals kind of go away that they don't like, but still let the pollinators do their thing? Yeah.
That really depends on where you live, but most county extension agents should have a list of the types of plants that are deer resistant, but one that I love, that's my favorite, is daffodils, because those grow lots of places and the deer won't touch them.
Thank you.
Once again, you could also check out your local extension, your college extension. Usually have a list of pollinator, of plants that deer will not touch.
All right, guys. Well, it's time to wrap up this segment. That's all the time we have for questions.